3, 2, 1.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hi if you're new here, my name is Becky and I do true crime videos. Today's case is really graphic, I just wanted to give that warning, and I will put my trigger warnings as usual. Today's case we will be talking about a 12-year-old boy, he's unnamed, along with his two other siblings who were 10 and 5. This case will be talking about child abuse, so please be warned. The 12-year-old boy will now be around 22, and I just really want to say from the bottom of my heart that I hope all of the children in that house have healed and I hope they are all doing well. My thoughts are really with you guys. Please feel free to check out the links in the description if you want to educate yourself on others on anything that was mentioned in today's video. And also if you are triggered by anything in this video, please check out those links. I hope everybody is staying happy, safe, and healthy. Let's get on to today's case. There's not a lot of background information, actually there's really none at all, on the family and how Sharon, Glaas and Michael Marshell met, so I'm just going to jump straight into who lived in the household. The abuse began in 2009 when Sharon Glaas moved in with Michael Marshell. The children living in the household were a 12-year-old boy, which was the son of Marshell, and two other children, Marshall's 10-year-old daughter and Glaas's 5-year-old son. The children are all unnamed. I will say it once and I will say it every single time I make one of these videos. It is a privilege to have children, and every child deserves a parent, but not every parent deserves a child. Glaas's ex-husband, Tony Glaas, called Child Protective Services 12 times, concerned that the three children were dirty and had head lice. He said, "I called them so many times because of my concerns with the kids, and they told me to stop calling." Officials at the boys' school also called CPS multiple times. Welfare officials investigated in the summer of 2010, but could not find enough evidence to substantiate the claims. Following the investigation, the boy moved to Apollo Elementary School, where he spent just 10 days in class before being withdrawn to be homeschooled. Marshall and Glaas were angered because he was getting extra food at school. Around 2 months after withdrawing the boy from school, they told the district that he would be attending a private school, essentially stopping the district's efforts to keep track of him in his education. Though Marshall and Glaas claimed that he was enrolled in a private school, there is actually no evidence to support this. Marshall and Glaas first locked the boy in a closet with diapers to relieve himself. They gave him ramen noodles to eat. Later, he was locked in a bathroom after his father zip-tied him to a post of a bunk bed for 3 days, and the boy managed to chew through the ropes to escape. In the bathroom, the window was boarded up and the doorknob lock was reversed. Investigators also said that the 10-year-old sibling of the abused boy was sometimes locked in the closet for several days at a time and forced to stand guard while the older child was caged. On Christmas Day in 2011, he was let out of the bathroom to watch his siblings open gifts, whilst he received a stocking full of coal. He was usually locked up on the holidays, such as Valentine's Day and Easter. The boy recounted how he was so desperate for food that he had to eat toothpaste to stay alive. The boy was asked in court if Glaas and Marshall would ever talk to him, and he replied, "Not unless they were telling me to be quiet, basically because I was crying." The boy was discovered in March of 2012, locked in the bathroom by a family friend. The family friend tipped off police, and when the detectives went to the house, they found the boy curled up on the floor. He weighed just 40 pounds and stood 4'4". An average 12-year-old boy weighs about 75 to 100 pounds and stands around 5 foot tall. Police said that the boy would be zip-tied to a bed in a standing position and was forced to sleep that way. And to stop him from crying, a dirty sock was duct-taped in his mouth. In 2014, Glaas was sentenced to 40 years in prison, and if she gets out, she'll be on probation for 30 years. Glaas was convicted on all 8 counts of child abuse. She is now around 59 years old. Glaas said that she hadn't noticed that the boy was emaciated because he was always wearing baggy jumpers. She also stated how she wanted to leave the relationship with Marshall, but during the 4 years she dated him, he threatened to kill her several times. Glaas said that the abuse was all Marshall, and she was just told what to do and couldn't say no to him due to the abuse. Also in 2014, Marshall, who was aged 44 at the time, took a plea deal, and he was given 30 years in prison. If he didn't take the plea deal, he could have faced over 100 years. Marshall will now be aged around 53 years old. A doctor testified that Marshall had cognitive impairments and claimed that he was manipulated by Glaas. In court, they painted Glaas to be the queen of the house and was the brains behind the abuse, and quote-unquote, Marshall was the fist. During Marshall's trial, he offered an explanation to why they did these horrific things to this little boy, his own son. He said, "We weren't trying to hurt him, we were trying to help him and went the wrong way about it. We were trying to get him to be a good boy, basically." All the children are now with a new family and are happy and healthy. That is the end of today's video. I hope everybody is okay after listening to that. Again, please make sure to check out those links in the description, and I'm really sorry that there was not more information to this case. See you next week. Bye.